You see those sharp angles and that matte finish online and you think you are buying a professional cinematic tool for the price of a nice dinner. It has that mean, aggressive look that screams high-end tech, but once you pull this foldable drone out of its box, the reality of budget hobby flying starts to set in. It is a classic case of aesthetic over horsepower. Don't get me wrong, the visual design is a huge win. It doesn't look like a cheap toy from a grocery store shelf. It looks like a serious piece of hardware with its sleek camera housing and those crisp folding arms. That look is exactly why these gadgets fly off the digital shelves. People want that mini cinematic vibe without spending a mortgage payment. For someone who has never touched a remote control in their life, the experience is actually pretty welcoming. You get these helpful safety nets, like one key takeoff and altitude hold. These features are the only reason a total novice can get through a flight without a catastrophic crash in the first 30 seconds. It is built for the person who just wants to head to a park or take something fun on a camping trip. Portability is the biggest selling point here. You fold it up, toss it in a bag, and you barely notice the weight. That convenience is fantastic for casual weekend trips where you just want to grab a quick bird's eye view of the scenery. However, we have to talk about the gap between the marketing photos and the actual flight logs. If you go into this expecting buttery smooth footage or advanced smart tracking, you are going to be let down. The front camera is fine for a quick social media clip or just seeing your backyard from a new angle, but it lacks a mechanical gimbal. That means every tiny vibration and every gust of wind shows up in your video. It feels much more like a casual hobbyist experience than a professional filmmaking session. The footage can be soft and quite shaky. You really need a perfectly calm day to get anything usable. Speaking of wind, that is where the lightweight plastic frame becomes a bit of a liability. Even a light breeze can send this thing drifting or fighting to stay level. It is a stressful tug of war between you and the elements. Then there is the battery life. The box might promise a long flight time, but once you factor in the power needed to fight the wind and run the camera, it feels much shorter. You spend a lot of that time just practicing your hovering and landing. If you hit a tree or a patch of concrete, the plastic frame usually holds up to minor bumps, but it isn't invincible. The propellers are thin and the arms can feel a bit brittle if you push them too hard. It is a beginner tool meant for learning the ropes. It is perfect for kids or someone who wants to experiment with flight controls without the fear of destroying an expensive piece of equipment. The app support adds a nice layer of modern tech, allowing you to see what the lens sees in real time. It sits right in that middle ground. It is an impressive looking gadget that delivers a basic, fun experience. Just keep your expectations grounded. It is a fun weekend toy, not a Hollywood camera rig. If you want something that looks cool and gets you in the air fast, it delivers. Just don't expect it to change the world of cinematography from your backyard. It is a stepping stone for the curious flyer. You get the thrill of the pilot seat without the massive financial risk. That makes it a solid entry point for a very specific type of person. Just enjoy the view while the air is still, and keep those spare propellers handy just in case things get a little bumpy.